Ladies and gentlemen, this is Intervlog. I said, this is Intervlog. We are back again with another groundbreaking achievement under the leadership of the one and only, the visionary, the warrior of development, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Burkina Faso is once again setting the pace for Africa, and this time it is a total revolution in agriculture. My brothers and sisters, did you hear what is happening in Burkina Faso? 675 young people have been undergoing intensive training at the Maturko National School of Agriculture, ENAFA. This is not just a simple training. It is part of a grand vision to empower 8,000 young agricultural entrepreneurs. This is a bold step that will change the destiny of Burkina Faso and serve as a shining example for all of Africa. Other African leaders, are you seeing this? President Ibrahim Traoré is not waiting for foreign aid. He is building his country with his own people. Training the youth in agriculture is the only way Africa will achieve true independence. We cannot continue to import food while our lands remain uncultivated. This initiative is exactly what every African nation needs to embrace. Let us talk about what these young warriors of agriculture are learning. Under the capable leadership of ENAFA's Director General, Dr. Issa Woni, they are mastering market gardening, fruit production, fish farming, composting, and cereal crops. Can you imagine the transformation that is coming? These are not just students. They are the future food champions of Burkina Faso. Intervlog is telling you agriculture is the new gold, the new oil, the new diamond, and President Ibrahim Traoré knows it. That is why his government is investing in these young people to make sure they become the next generation of successful agricultural entrepreneurs. And the results? My people, in less than a month, these trainees have already produced more than 30 tons of organic manure and set up nurseries. Can you believe that? This is how development is done. No time to waste. From training to production, they are already making an impact. We listened to some of the young people benefiting from this initiative. Roger Palais, one of the trainees from Malba, said he had no idea about composting before coming to ENAFA, but now he is a pro. Another trainee, Valérie Dabere, said she was once a facilitator, but now she dreams of becoming a full-fledged agricultural entrepreneur. Do you see the mindset shift happening in Burkina Faso? This is what we need in Africa. President Traoré is not just talking, he is taking action. And that is why these young people will not be left on their own after training. No, no, no. The government has already planned 4,000 hectares of land for them to start their agricultural businesses. 12.5 hectares per community. Just imagine the impact this will have on national production. Food self-sufficiency is no longer a dream. It is happening right now in Burkina Faso. Africa, are we watching? Are we learning? The time for excuses is over. If Burkina Faso can do this under Captain Ibrahim Traoré, why can't every African country do the same? We must train our youths, give them the tools and land, and make agriculture the foundation of our economies. Intervlog is here to celebrate this massive achievement. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, you are a leader with vision. You are showing Africa the way. Historically, Africa has been blessed with fertile lands, but what happened? We were told to abandon farming, to seek jobs in cities, to import what we can grow. But President Traoré is reversing this colonial legacy. He is taking us back to the roots of our strength, agriculture. This is not just about farming. This is about reclaiming our dignity, our sovereignty, and our economic power. Many African leaders speak of development, but how many truly invest in their youth? How many build initiatives that equip young people with practical skills, land, and financial support? Captain Ibrahim Traoré is proving that words alone are not enough. Action speaks louder. Now let's imagine the long-term impact. If 8,000 young people become successful agricultural entrepreneurs in 3 months, what happens in a year? In 5 years? We are talking about an agricultural revolution that will not only feed Burkina Faso, but will turn the country into an exporter of food. No more food shortages. No more reliance on expensive imports. Burkina Faso is becoming the food powerhouse of Africa. And these young people are not just being trained, they are learning how to sustain and expand their businesses. They are being equipped with knowledge of irrigation, financial management, and mechanized farming. This is not subsistence farming. To every African president watching this, what is stopping you? Burkina Faso is not waiting. While some leaders are busy traveling abroad begging for food aid, Captain Ibrahim Traoré is cultivating a generation of self-sufficient youth. When will other African nations follow suit? We must stop thinking small. We must think big, just like Burkina Faso is doing now. In Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, and Kenya, we see millions of unemployed youths. Yet, we have millions of hectares of arable land lying fallow. Why? Because the will to empower the youth in agriculture is lacking. If every African leader dedicated just half the effort that President Traoré is putting into agriculture, we would transform the entire continent. Look at what China did. They trained their people in agriculture, and now they feed themselves and even export food to Africa. Look at India. They focused on agricultural self-sufficiency, and today, they do not rely on food imports. Africa must wake up. And the example is right before us. Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, under Captain Ibrahim Traoré, is unstoppable. Agricultural revolution is here. Food self-sufficiency is here. And Intervlog is here to tell the world. My people, share this message far and wide. Let every African hear it. Let every youth be inspired. The time for change is now. Wow, what a time to be alive. But remember, the revolution is just beginning. Youth training in agriculture. A team from the Presidential Initiative ensures the effective start at ENAFA. The Maturku National School of Agriculture, ENAFA, hosted a visit from the technical coordinator of the Presidential Initiative for Agricultural Production and Food Self-Sufficiency, Inusa Uedraogo, on Wednesday, March 26, 2025. The visit aimed to assess the progress of the youth training program in agricultural entrepreneurship, launched on March 4th. For the past 3 weeks, 675 young people recruited by the National Office of Major Projects have been undergoing intensive training at ENAFA. This initiative is part of the vast presidential program aimed at training 8,000 young agricultural entrepreneurs in 3 months. The objective is to provide young people with the skills necessary to settle in their respective communities and actively contribute to the country's food self-sufficiency. According to ENAFA Director General Dr. Issa Woni, the training covers a wide range of agricultural practices: market gardening, fruit production, fish farming, composting, and cereal crops. These young people are expected to become the future entrepreneurs of Burkina Faso. They must demonstrate discipline, endurance, and commitment to succeed, he emphasized. Despite the short duration of the training, the initial results are encouraging. In less than a month, more than 30 tons of organic manure were produced and nurseries were established, Inusa Uedraogo said. In addition to their practical training, the trainees are taking modules on agricultural entrepreneurship and irrigation. Roger Pale, one of the beneficiaries from the commune of Malba, testified, "I didn't know about composting before coming here. Today, I learned not only how to produce it, but also how to better cultivate beans and other crops." Valerie Dabire, another trainee, expressed her hope for the future of the program. "Before, I was a contracted facilitator, but today, I want to become a true agricultural entrepreneur. We are counting on this initiative to provide us with the necessary resources after the training." After their training, the young people will be installed on 12.5 hectare sites in their communities. Ultimately, 4,000 hectares will be developed for these agricultural entrepreneurs. If we manage to multiply this initiative, imagine the impact on national production, declared Inusa Uedraogo, enthusiastic about the young people's commitment. The Presidential Initiative for Agricultural Production is not limited to training. It aims to create a new type of agricultural entrepreneur, committed and ready to take on the challenge of food security in Burkina Faso. With this first wave of motivated young people, the project appears well on its way to achieving its objectives. speech of Burkina Faso President Captain Ibrahim Traoré on the Presidential Initiative for Agricultural Production and Food Self-Sufficiency. My fellow Burkinabe, today, we stand at the dawn of a new era for Burkina Faso, an era of self-sufficiency, prosperity, and unwavering commitment to our agricultural revolution. This is not merely a government initiative, it is a movement, a vision for the future, and a promise to our people. They say in our tradition, quand vous donnez un poisson à un homme, il mangera un jour. Mais si vous lui apprenez à pêcher, il mangera toute sa vie. When you give a man fish, he eats for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, he will eat for a lifetime. This is precisely why we launched the Presidential Initiative for Agricultural Production and Food Self-Sufficiency. We are not just feeding our people for a day, we are equipping them with the tools to feed generations to come. We have gathered 675 young men and women at the Maturku National School of Agriculture, ENAFA, to receive intensive training in agricultural entrepreneurship. This is only the beginning. Our ambition is vast, and our determination unshakable. Over the next 3 months, 8,000 young Burkinabe will be trained to become the future pillars of our nation's agricultural success. We are instilling in them knowledge in market gardening, fruit production, fish farming, composting, and cereal cultivation. But beyond techniques, we are instilling discipline, resilience, and a spirit of endurance. Because in agriculture, just as in life, perseverance determines success. As the great African proverb says, un arbre qui pousse dans la tempête devient plus fort que celui qui pousse dans un jardin protégé. A tree that grows in the storm becomes stronger than one nurtured in a protected garden. Our youth will rise stronger, ready to take on the mantle of responsibility. Already, the results are speaking for themselves. In less than a month, these dedicated trainees have produced over 30 tons of organic manure, and nurseries have been established. The soil is responding to their labor, and the fruits of their hands are evident. This is a testament to what we can achieve when we believe in ourselves and invest in our own capacity. Young people like Roger Pale from Malba have discovered the secrets of composting and effective bean cultivation. Valérie Dabire, once a facilitator, now aspires to be a true agricultural entrepreneur. Their dreams are valid, and their aspirations align with our national vision. But training is just the first step. We are taking action to ensure that these young agricultural entrepreneurs do not finish their training only to be left idle. We are providing them with 12.5 hectare sites in their communities, with a grand vision of developing 4,000 hectares for sustainable agricultural production. Imagine the impact when thousands of hands till the soil, plant the seeds, and nurture the land. Let me remind you, my people, la terre ne trahit jamais celui qui la travaille. The land never betrays the one who cultivates it. It rewards diligence with harvests. It rewards effort with abundance. We are transforming agriculture from subsistence to enterprise, from struggle to sustainability, and from uncertainty to opportunity. Through our government programs, we have already allocated thousands of tractors and modern agricultural equipment to ensure that production is not hindered. We are not just training farmers, we are raising industrial-scale agricultural entrepreneurs. This initiative is part of a larger strategy to ensure that Burkina Faso no longer depends on foreign imports for food. We must produce what we consume and consume what we produce. Si nous ne plantons pas aujourd'hui, demain nous manquerons de pain. If we do not plant today, tomorrow we will lack bread. We cannot afford to remain dependent. We must build resilience, and agriculture is our foundation. I want every Burkinabe youth to see agriculture not as a last resort, but as a golden opportunity. The future belongs to those who cultivate it. Today, we take this first step with confidence, knowing that the seeds we plant in the hands of our youth will bear the fruits of a self-sufficient Burkina Faso. My dear compatriots, let us also recognize the wider impact of our agricultural revolution. When we empower our youth, we strengthen our economy, we create jobs, we ensure food security, and we build a Burkina Faso that is independent and proud. Agriculture is not just about farming, it is about industrialization, about value chains, about processing and exporting our own produce. With this initiative, we are laying the foundation for agro-industrial zones, where the products cultivated by our young farmers will be processed into finished goods for local consumption and export. Imagine a Burkina Faso where our tomatoes do not have to be imported in cans, but instead are processed right here into high-quality tomato paste. Imagine a Burkina Faso where our cereals are turned into flour, bread, and nutritious food products right here in our factories, creating employment for thousands more. Un pays qui nourrit ses enfants est un pays qui grandit. A country that feeds its children is a country that grows. That is the Burkina Faso we are building. That is the Burkina Faso we are fighting for. As we look to the future, our vision extends beyond training 8,000 young agricultural entrepreneurs. We are planning to expand this initiative further, with new training centers across all regions, ensuring that no willing young Burkinabe is left behind. Our dream is a Burkina Faso where every village has thriving farms, where every youth sees agriculture as a lucrative and rewarding career, and where we no longer have to import food, but instead, we export surplus to neighboring countries and beyond. In the next 5 years, we envision a Burkina Faso where mechanized farming is the norm, where irrigation systems guarantee year-round production, and where our youth lead a sustainable green revolution. This is why we are investing heavily in hydro-agricultural infrastructure, ensuring that water is no longer a limiting factor in our agricultural pursuits. We have already made remarkable progress, but we are only just beginning. This is a movement, a long-term commitment, and a defining moment in our history, and it is up to us, all of us, to make it succeed. My dear Burkinabe, let us walk this journey together. Let us till the soil, plant the seeds, and nurture the future of our great nation. Agriculture is not just the backbone of our economy, it is the lifeline of our sovereignty, our dignity, and our future. Ceux qui travaillent la terre possèdent l'avenir. Those who work the land own the future. Let us claim our future today. Vive le Burkina Faso. Vive l'agriculture burkinabé. In many developing nations, including Burkina Faso, the challenge of youth unemployment remains a critical concern. Thousands of young people graduate from universities each year with degrees in fields that offer few employment opportunities. Meanwhile, agriculture, a sector with immense potential for economic growth and sustainability, remains underutilized by the younger generation. Training youth in agriculture instead of directing them toward courses with limited job prospects is essential for national development, food security, and economic stability. Burkina Faso, like many African countries, faces food security challenges. Encouraging youth to take up agriculture will ensure a steady supply of locally produced food, reducing reliance on imports and mitigating food shortages. A well-trained youth workforce in agriculture can introduce innovative farming techniques, ensuring productivity and sustainability. Agriculture remains one of the most viable sectors for job creation. With proper training in modern farming methods, agribusiness, and value addition, youth can create self-employment opportunities rather than struggling in job-scarce fields. The development of agro-industries will not only provide jobs, but also boost economic growth through local and international markets. Burkina Faso possesses vast arable land and favorable climatic conditions for various agricultural activities. Instead of allowing these resources to remain idle or underexploited, training young people in agriculture ensures they can maximize land use, increase productivity, and harness the full potential of their environment. Many young people migrate from rural areas to cities in search of non-existent white-collar jobs. Investing in agricultural training will encourage them to stay in their communities, develop agribusinesses, and contribute to local economies. This will help decongest urban areas and reduce the problems associated with overpopulation, such as unemployment and crime. Modern agriculture is no longer just about traditional farming. It integrates technology, science, and business. Young minds equipped with knowledge in mechanized farming, irrigation, biotechnology, and digital platforms can revolutionize the sector. Drones, precision farming, and smart irrigation systems can significantly increase productivity and sustainability. A shift toward agriculture-driven economies will strengthen national GDP. As youth develop agribusinesses, they contribute to national revenue through taxes, exports, and value-added products. This shift can reduce dependency on foreign aid and foster economic independence. Burkina Faso has the potential to become a major player in agricultural exports. Training youth in quality production, processing, and packaging will enable the country to tap into international markets. Cash crops, fruits, vegetables, and processed agricultural goods can become significant foreign exchange earners. With proper education, young farmers can adopt climate-smart agricultural practices that promote environmental sustainability. Techniques such as crop rotation, organic farming, and water conservation can help mitigate the effects of climate change and ensure long-term food production. Training youth in agriculture fosters the growth of agro-industries. Processing raw materials into finished goods increases their market value, creates employment, and boosts industrialization. Products such as flour, vegetable oil, dairy, and packaged fruits contribute to the overall economic diversification of the country. Unemployment often leads to social problems. Empowering youth with agricultural skills provides them with meaningful livelihoods, reducing their likelihood of engaging in illegal activities. Agriculture offers stability, purpose, and financial independence. Investing in youth agricultural training is a strategic move towards sustainable development in Burkina Faso and other similar countries. By prioritizing agriculture over less marketable degrees, governments can address unemployment, food security, and economic growth simultaneously. With the right policies, infrastructure, and incentives, agriculture can become an attractive and lucrative sector for young people, ensuring a prosperous future for both individuals and the nation as a whole. Encouraging youth to embrace agriculture today means securing a thriving and resilient economy for tomorrow. This is the end of our program today. See you on Intervlog same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you for watching Intervlog. Thank you.